Hey there, I really appreciate you joining me here tonight for our webinar, which is 3 things that you need to know to have a natural childbirth. So, what do I mean by natural childbirth? That is the question. A natural childbirth is, if you're joining live, it's awesome. As well as, whatever birth you have is awesome because it's your own individual birth. But we're going to be discussing that tonight on the webinar. Feel free to ask any questions in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, go ahead and register below so that you can get the upgrades. Here's what you're going to get. Just for joining tonight, you're going to give you my private crib sheet, also known as the partner support sheet. So this will help those joining you on your birth journey know exactly how to support you during labor. Also, please don't worry about trying to take extensive notes. I'll send you the show notes if you stay till the end. Mainly Birthing exists to help expectant families improve their pregnancy and childbirth experience. I'm Laura Duffy, and I'm going to help to calm your world. So now I'm guessing for a lot of you, this isn't your first webinar. And the first thing I want to mention is that if you're completely confused beyond all belief about this whole childbirth thing, it is not your fault. There's a lot of information out there, and it can be extremely confusing. Many times that information overload can keep you from success. But don't worry, if you've been concerned in the past that you just can't succeed at this empowered childbirth thing, I want to put those fears to rest. You can do this. You just need to find the path that resonates with you and what you know childbirth to be. The corporate care system wants you to believe that you need complicated birth interventions to be safe. Well, I'm here to tell you that's generally not the case. They have their own reasons to want you to think that, but unless it's a very special, high-risk pregnancy, it's just not true. If you've ever thought that mainstream healthcare and drug companies actually want you dependent, then you're probably right. They don't benefit from you being empowered. They want to keep you in need and using their products and services. And the difference with us is that we actually care about your success, and truly want to see you have the childbirth of your dreams, regardless of where you choose to birth. So that's what we're here for. I know you have a dream to have a beautiful, confident childbirth experience, and I want to show you how to make that happen during this webinar. Whether this is your first birth or your 10th birth, we want to help you overcome the fears, some from the past experiences, some ingrained, and some of the absolute unknown that comes with a journey just not yet encountered. Being more present, more connected, more mindful, these are all goals that we want to have. The childbirth experience has or will fundamentally change you as a person. So if you don't want to trade that for someone else's plan, schedule, or convenience, then you're in the right place. You have everything you need already, and I'll just remind you what's been forgotten. You can have a birth experience on your own terms, feeling confident and empowered to make your own decisions and trust in your body and baby. You can do this. When I was a first-time expectant mom, I knew I wanted a great birth experience, and I discovered how to make that a reality. Now I'm super grateful to have had the opportunity to work with hundreds of new parents to help them do the same. I've worked with midwives, I've attended births as a doula, I've taught naturopaths, OBs, and family practitioners. I've had 2 common relaxed births, and I've become a strong mom for my 2 daughters in the process. Now, prior to doing this, I was beyond not in the birth world. My family and friends practically never talked about birth experiences. The most I really heard about birth was on TV shows. I remember watching a hospital show, and there were 3 women in delivery, all having beyond traumatic birth experiences, all at the same time. There was screaming, beeping, machines, all the chaos. Watching the show, I could feel my stress level rising, and I must have just looked petrified as my friend had to talk me down and let me know that's not how birth normally goes. So I realized in that moment how drama is used to keep us watching, and maybe it's even used to keep us afraid. I realized that just like everything in life, reality was whatever I made of it. Well, it was probably around 6 months pregnant, and my husband and I went to an appointment with our midwives. I was feeling healthy, and our midwife asked us about a childbirth class. She said that there was one that we might like, as it was geared towards natural birth. Now, it hadn't even occurred to us that we needed to take a childbirth class. It was like a light bulb went on, and we realized that we didn't even know what we didn't know. So what I did know was that I wanted a natural as possible childbirth. I didn't like taking medication, and I wanted to birth my baby naturally. And then I did want to breastfeed. And I wasn't trying to prove anything. I just wanted to be strong and confident about my birth. I didn't know anything about pregnancy other than the little distorted view from TV. I just wanted to be confident instead of uncertain and empowered instead of scared. I wanted to make my own decisions and I refused to be bullied into something that I didn't want to do. People around me thought I was insane for wanting a natural birth. They told me to get the epidural because, why wouldn't you? Without drugs, they said that I would just suffer and it was reckless. Well, I took the class with my husband and it just completely made sense to us. We saw women having natural births and they were not suffering. And we learned how to prepare our bodies and our minds so that we could be ready. Many times people go into childbirth figuring that they're just going to wing it and they hope to have a good birth experience. They let their care providers tell them what needs to happen, or maybe they take a hospital birth class to prepare for all of the interventions that they will be receiving. Well, that doesn't usually work out well because neither of these options empower you to make your own choices. You want to know how to prepare for childbirth like women historically did. You need to have the knowledge as if you've been surrounded by birth your whole life. Natural childbirth is a birth philosophy that anyone can use regardless of how they want to give birth. Even those planning an epidural or a cesarean birth, you can use the tools of natural childbirth to have a better birth experience. We had so much feedback from other families that they too have been able to impact their birth experience through proper preparation. Some were first-time parents and others wanted a better experience by child 2 and beyond. So here's what we're going to learn today. Secret 1 is the birth body trigger. Secret 2 is surround yourself with the positive. And secret 3 are the golden ticket questions that can save you from countless interventions. Secret number 1, the birth body trigger. This is how to unleash your body's natural flood of pain relief hormones so that you don't need a chemical drug, which, yes, has definite side effects. So I think we've all been told at some point that birth is painful and traumatic. I know that I was. And if you're thinking that natural childbirth is too hard or painful, you're definitely not alone. The birth of our first daughter, which turns out to be the reason why I teach, was rather long and slow. And I remember that I was in labor for quite a while. My water broke when I was at work. There was no color or odor. My waves were slow. They didn't start a pattern, so I knew I didn't have to go straight to the hospital. I remembered that if I kept fear at bay, that would also keep the fear hormones at bay. Fear would trigger adrenaline, which we do not want during childbirth. So we hung out at home until the waves formed a continually close pattern, and then we made our way to the hospital. And what did we do there? Well, we did the same thing we did at home. We just made ourselves at home. And we were there for a couple of days. And we did not know what was going on. We wanted to minimize, vaginal exams. We wanted nature to take its course. My body was doing what it was supposed to do, but we had practically zero dilation. Finally, a nurse discovered scar tissue on my cervix, which needed manipulation. That was what was keeping me from dilating. And we were just so thankful that there was a professional present. I was also grateful that my husband and I had advocated for ourselves. We were so thankful that we were able to stay relaxed and focused. My body was able to continually create its own feel-good hormones. Now, yes, sometimes surgery is necessary and sometimes you do need medication, but you need to know the difference on when it's actually medically necessary. So that's when I realized that you can't prepare for every possible complication, but you could prepare your body and its ability to produce the natural pain medication right in your brain that goes into your body. Now, they're called endorphins and they're amazing. It was then that I really discovered that by taking specific actions during labor, I could turn on the hormone factory of my body. Pain wasn't an issue. It was more like pressure. And as long as I could stay calm, I was fine. Nothing like you see on TV. Next, we have secret number 2, which is surround yourself with positive experiences. When I first became pregnant, I had only seen childbirth on TV. The screaming, the cussing, swearing off sex. I remember the day that our first childbirth class, we watched a series of short videos, and it was women giving birth naturally, which is vaginally with no medication. They weren't screaming, yelling, or cussing. Some of them actually seemed asleep. And that's when I realized that what we've seen dramatized on TV is as fictional as any movie or TV show that we've ever seen. It just doesn't represent reality. And my life experiences our life experiences live up to our expectations. So if we expect an experience to be painful or stressful, that's what we're going to create. On a very positive opposite note, the same is true in reverse. So if we expect birth to be calm and more gentle and empowering, that too can be our creation. So we read positive books and blogs, and we watched tons of calm and relaxed birth videos, and we just said no to anyone who wanted to share a scary story with us. We just said we are focusing on the positive experience that we are in the middle of creating. And finally, we have secret number 3, the golden ticket questions that can save you from countless interventions. So throughout our entire first birth experience, long as it was, whenever any questions came up, we had a just golden ticket question. It was amazing. But basically, for the first 36 hours of labor, we had 0 dilation. So yes, our support team was understanding, but they also did have to let me know that if we didn't eventually progress, a cesarean birth would be our only option. So what did we do? We got down to the most basic, most important part of labor and birth. Is my baby okay? Am I okay? Then we are all set. That's right. As long as she was fine and I was fine, then we were just fine. There was no need to get things moving along or speeding things up. We were pregnant for 9 months. We had the apartment all set, the pets, friends, family, everybody was all set. We had no place else to be, and we were in not a hurry to be in. So as long as both she and I were fine, then we didn't need to steer from our plan. And this confidence gave us enough time for the nurse to finally determine that I had scar tissue that she could then manipulate, and we were able to have the amazing vaginal birth that we had visioned from there. So let me ask you a question. If you followed what you were shown just now in secret number 1, and you could turn on the hormone factory in your body and trigger that wonderful relaxation reflex, and then did what we showed you in secret number 2, you knew how to stay calm and relaxed like countless other mothers during childbirth, and finally, secret number 3, to use the golden ticket questions, do you think that you could be successful? Well, let me ask you another question. How many of you are excited about what we talked about? You might be feeling a bit overwhelmed. Totally get that. We covered a lot of information, but it's impossible to show you everything that you need to be successful in such a short presentation. So I have created a package for those of you who are ready to move forward and learn some more. Let me tell you about a special offer that I've created that will help you implement these key tools that you'll need. First off, as said earlier, just for showing up today, you're going to receive our special Mainly Birthing Crib Sheet for those who will be supporting you on your journey. So supporting a mom through her birth experience is amazing. And it can also be overwhelming if you have no idea as to how to help. So this is a little cheat sheet so that whoever is supporting you will know what to do when they have no idea as to what they should be doing. Next, what we can offer you on your journey. There are 2 options that are instantly accessible so that you can continue your learning at your own pace from the comfort of your own home. So option 1 is the VIP experience. This amazing package is your comprehensive birthing class extraordinaire. You'll receive instant access to 12 video modules, complete with printable worksheets, unlimited email support, a printable postpartum plan, and 2 live group coaching sessions. Now this package is going for $249, and if you order it within the next 48 hours, this is the wild part, you will get a free virtual coaching session one-on-one with me once you've completed all the modules. So this offer is for a very limited time, so if you're looking for that seriously personal touch, be sure to register ASAP. Option number 2 is the classic Mainly Mindful Birth course. This course gives you the nuts and bolts that you need for your upcoming birth experience. This gives you 12 video modules with printable worksheets and unlimited email support for just $149. And yes, if you register within the next 48 hours, you will also get a free virtual coaching session one-on-one with me once you've completed all the modules. So this offer is for a very limited time. So if you're looking for that seriously personal touch, be sure to register ASAP. And that's it. You can enjoy our classic Mainly Mindful Birth experience or go for the VIP. Either way, if you register within the next 48 hours, you get the opportunity for a one-on-one virtual coaching call with me as soon as you've completed your modules. I want to thank you again so very much for joining me tonight. And please know that I'm sending lots of positive thoughts and cyber hugs your way. Stay healthy, stay hydrated, and stay happy.